around, just crashing out at this point.
Yeah, let's
His
just say
career
it,
was
bro.
never his main
All right,
focus.
look, I don't want to hear all the Jaaybo Glazers in the comment, bro. What are you talking about, bro? You're stupid. Look, morons. Let's just be honest. This is when we can finally call him a crash out. Look, in my opinion, we could have called him a crash out 2 crash outs ago. But, you know, the Glazers on the internet are not going to let that happen. So, what about now? Can we call him a crash out now? He literally took his ankle monitors off and ran across the country. So it seems that Stockton, California rapper EBK Jaaybo has the NBA YoungBoy effect where no matter what he does, he cannot stay out of jail. So pretty much, his dumb ass thinks that while he's on 2 ankle monitors, it's a good idea to cut them motherfuckers off and run to Arkansas without the ankle monitors on. And he recently just got arrested alongside with Baby Max. And this is gonna break down the whole scenario and what's going on. So let's get into it. We ain't finna waste no time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. And that, come on.
What's the deal, y'all? It's Pete Duggan back at it again with another video.
It's been a while since we had an EBK
But before we get into the topic
reaction.
make sure you
I
hit
ain't
that
gonna
like
lie.
button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your post notifications so that you don't miss out on any latest news and interesting topics on YouTube. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything being presented in the video is meant to be enjoyed and is not meant to be taken as factual evidence or legal advice. Today, the topic at hand I'm going to be covering is EBK Jaaybo officially being arrested again.
We know this is not your real emotion, bro. I hate these rappers, bro. Look, right after this, he went back to being depressed. I promise. He just knew like this was gonna surface on the internet, so he said, "Hold on, let me get the camera right real quick." And went, "Oh my gosh, these rappers are something else, bro." I can't.
Now, as you guys know,
I
NBA
can't.
YoungBoy just posted his tour dates, where you see K3 and EBK
Bro, that
Jaaybo
was crazy that
starring
they
as
were together.
openers for the tour, right?
Jaaybo really came up.
Okay, check this out, guys. So I was doing extensive research, right? And I was paying close attention to why EBK Jaaybo's page was officially being ran by his manager, okay? I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, is he back in jail? And that's been for about a week now. Right?
225 pounds.
I
Damn.
looked at his most recent picture.
Big ass
and
dude, bro. Jaaybo hella big.
He cut both of his ankle monitors off and he went ISO. He isolated himself and he was just laying low, right? If you notice the pictures that's being posted, they look really blurry and old, and it doesn't seem like EBK Jaaybo's actually posting it, right? Boom. Next thing you know, him and Baby Max end up locked up. But they got locked up yesterday, right? They got locked up about around, I think, 9 p.m. at night or 5. One of those. Anyways, topic at hand here. I just couldn't help but to notice that his ankle monitors is cut off. They said that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to, point the finger at anybody personally. Him and Baby Max both cut their ankle monitors off, and I believe that they try to go on the run.
Okay, so this happened about yesterday. Now, again, y'all know me. I do not pre-watch anything, so I don't know why they are on the run, and I don't know what they even just got arrested for. I saw a little thing that says something weapons on Instagram, but that didn't really tell me anything. Now, what I did see, and I'm gonna be very honest, what I did see was a clip of Jaleese Pinot saying that this is probably based on a murder for hire that was committed by Jaaybo. Now, if you guys pay attention to the politics in Stockton, you guys know that Trap Mob Los, which was a member of the Fly Boys, was recently killed. They're trying to say Jaaybo, or Jaleese Pinot is trying to say Jaaybo was responsible for that. He was the one who paid for that murder. Now, the reason this is a big deal is because they're trying to say that's why he cut the ankle monitor off and flew to Arkansas, because he knew it was coming. So he was like, whatever. And they're like, everybody's looking like, why would you do all this with the YoungBoy tour coming up? The other part to that was they're trying to say he did this before the YoungBoy tour was announced. Now, her credibility in the NorCal scene is a little bit So, as to if this is true or not, I don't know. It's just speculation. I don't kill the messenger. This is not me saying none of that. So, I don't know. But it's very well possible. It would make sense, and that is a good reason to cut the ankle monitor off. Because let's face the facts. He didn't just cut the ankle monitor off because he got sick of the way it looked with his shoes, bro. Like, there was a reason he did it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because
but
the time
we
that
just
they have
speculating.
waiting, and they just don't want to be on ankle monitor. But here's the thing, y'all. Jaaybo just got caught with a gun
Yeah.
and, possession of drugs in Arkansas.
Okay. See,
And
that's
this
what it
is a
was. All right.
felony. And he also was facing those charges in Stockton, where he got caught with all that ammunition.
Dumbass.
Yeah, so he was looking at what, 8 years probably. If
It was 8 years?
He has, because he has two strikes. He got caught broke, and an inside source also said that he sold his Maybach. I mean, we haven't
Yeah, I heard
seen
about
any
that.
of his cars, right? So we don't know if that's even true, but it came from an inside source, someone that's in close affiliation with them. To be
Yeah.
honest, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen to him, but he's definitely going to be fighting a case in Arkansas. It's not likely that he won't get a bail, but I'm not sure how Arkansas laws work. And from my understanding,
Dude, so he signed the deal, which was like a couple $1 million. I don't remember the exact amount. It was somewhere from $2 to $5 million. I know that much. Now, while that's a lot of money, let's take into consideration just looking at Jaaybo and looking at how he's been since he came home. You could tell he's been blowing a bag. He got like a bunch of expensive new chains. He bought EBK Jaaybo a car. He bought himself a Maybach. It looked like he's taking care of everybody in the hood. I was thinking, and I swear I'm not making this up, when he was doing all this, I was thinking there is no way that money is going to last. Because while it is a large sum of money, it gets cut drastically down when you're supplying the rap life for everyone around you. I think Jaaybo's problem is the people he's around, and I think they're bringing him down, and he's letting them do it because he feels like he owes them something for some reason. And guess what? You know what's so messed up here? Look, the narrator just said this was an inside source exposing Jaaybo for going broke or whatever on the internet. So the people he's taking care of are the one who are doing him bad right now. They're the ones exposing him on the internet. They're literally just taking advantage of him, winning off of him. And then when push comes to shove, shit hits the fan, they take the cop route. They take the cop out route. See, like, that is wow, bro. These people around him are snakes. I can't even lie.
a lot of people say that Arkansas do not play.
Yeah, I keep
with
seeing that on the
young
internet
black
too.
men.
They don't play.
And once you in, they try to make sure they can keep you there. And with Jaaybo's circumstances, he cut his ankle monitors off, meaning he
2
was trying to run
strikes,
from his
all
time.
kind of stuff.
You can only run from time for so long. He just got a great opportunity, honestly. I don't know if it was even official that he was going to be on YoungBoy's tour, but I'm pretty sure because YoungBoy posted it, it was pretty official, right? Everybody wonders how he does that when he's clicked up with Chicago people and he clicked up a Lil Rai. Y'all got to understand, when it comes to business, I think, a lot of times people are going to choose their side.
Yeah.
Jaaybo unfollowed Lil Durk on Instagram, which he confirmed in an interview that was his favorite rapper, knowing that NBA Youngboy was beefing with him. Now, Jaaybo did say something to
he has
Lil
nothing to
Rai,
do with that.
like a minute ago, where he said, have y'all killed each other? Has anybody died from you funking with NBA Youngboy? And Lil Rai said no. So Jaaybo said, I'm not funking.
Bro, I'm not going to say no names here, but I know some of the people who are on this little list right now because they were a couple years older than me when I went to school. I'm not going to say no names. So these are the you know what? I was going to go into a whole rant about it, but I'm not even going to. I'm going to just let it go. Obviously, we know this is Lebo, but I'm talking about all over here, bro. I'm just going to leave it alone, though. I'm not going to say nothing on the internet. I'm really not.
With him, then there's no real beef. Until somebody dies, that's when it's real funk. Obviously, we see how Jaaybo get down. He's known for cross-contaminating the politics, so this ain't nothing new, right? But when it comes to getting some money, they got to take all opportunities, definitely win. This
Yeah, the
chain
money
is
triumphs
still broken and
politics,
not
bro. It
fixed or
supersedes that.
repaired. Life is not easy. He got lawyer fees. He got to pay for that ankle monitor he had on his foot, and he helping out all his homies as well, looking out for his people. Obviously, Lebo just signed a deal, but that don't mean that that money is going to EBK Jaaybo, even though
It would be crazy if he doesn't, because out of all the money Jaaybo has spent on Lebo, the fact that you wouldn't even have a fan base or a rap career without Jaaybo is crazy. It is crazy if you don't help him out in his time of need. Let's really watch Lebo throughout this whole struggle Jaaybo's going through. This is going to prove so much about who he is as a person.
EBK Jaaybo really did look out for Lebo. He bought him
That's
a
what I just said.
car.
Yup. Put him
Probably
on.
helped him get that chain as well, but who knows? Where is Lebo at in all of this?
That's what I
Who
just
knows?
said.
I'm not sure if Lebo was even with him, but I'm pretty sure he probably wasn't. So at least y'all can have one EBK member staying out of trouble and dropping music and not trying to be in the streets for whatever reason when you got it all handed to you. In regards to EBK, Baby Max, I don't get why he cut his ankle monitor off. And with Jaaybo, they have theft by receiving on
What the
their charges,
hell is
so
a
I'm
theft
trying
by
to figure out
receiving?
what that's coming from. I don't know if it's coming from.
Bro, does that just mean he was in possession of something that was stolen? I don't even get how you can get in trouble for that. What? I accidentally got a hold of something that somebody else stole, so I'm in trouble for it? I ain't going to Arkansas, bro. That place sound like the stupidest, dumbest, just moronic incarceration situation ever. That place is
Data annotation is wonderful.
You can work from your phone, your laptop, or desktop. It's actually in.
that place
Them
is just
guns or
you're just asking
the
for it.
drugs. I'm not sure. I'm not. It's really not adding up why they have that charge on there, but they got that charge, so there's that. Like I said, everybody thinks EBK Jaaybo loves jail. It would seem that way.
Yeah, I know,
considering
bro. I
he
think so.
Can't stay away from it. He's gonna make his way back every time, and not in a bad way. You know, some people just really don't like being watched. Some people don't want to deal with always having to check in. Some people don't want to deal with knowing if they have a firearm or any of that type of thing, they're liable to get pulled over and arrested, or they can't sleep in a house comfortably without a firearm because he did so much dissing and.
But I don't think it's only that. Yes, I think it's that, but I think the other half of it is that Jaaybo has put this persona on the internet, this whole facade, and it's not a complete facade, but yes, some of it is fabricated highly and utterly. I think he's put this fabricated persona on the internet to where he feels that even around the people he's with, he has to uphold that. Because without that, let's be real, his rap career is not really the same. Yes, he does make good pain songs. Yes, he does make very good music, but I'm going to be honest, like 85% of it is based on the fact that he disses so many people, the fact that his rhymes are very, 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 very graphic. I'm sorry, it plays into the character. So without that, he's not really the same rapper. It's like King Von without that whole narrative. Without the narrative, some of these rappers are not the same people. They won't have the same buzz, the same fan base. Like, and it's sad because that means everybody who pays attention to these people are here for the violence. So yes, he fell into the classic rapper trap that I like to call. Actually, well, I don't even have a name for it, but it's a theory that I'm, the proud CEO of.
So much rapping to the point where why wouldn't he want to keep a gun at all times? He
Yeah.
felt like the best decision for him was to cut them ankle monitors off and skip states, and that's fine, like I said. But y'all got to remember, if he gets a bail, y'all know it's only May. We still have June, July, August, September. That's 4 months. If he don't get a bail by then, that's when y'all can say he loves jail. He doesn't care about his career. He's throwing his life away. He still has the opportunity to change his situation, maybe.
I
That's
don't,
if
I don't know about that.
Stockton don't pick him up, because he cut both his ankle monitors off. If you check and look at his most recent picture, like I told y'all, ankle monitors gone. He just wilding out, sipping juice, smoking weed, popping pills, and trying to.
Dude, I wonder if he's going through some kind of mental turmoil or something. That's like what happened to Young Boy. We clearly saw that. Bro, because y'all got to remember, Jaaybo has went through a lot in the past couple years. He's went to prison. He lost his blood brother. He lost some other people. You know, there's been a lot of shootouts within Stockton. He's went through a lot. I don't know. The mental turmoil might be getting to him, bro. I think we're starting to see that.
Live his best life while he can, considering he's still fighting them active cases and he had to stay out of trouble until 2027. That's a pretty long time to stay out of trouble for a person like him that has to prove himself. It was probably the hardest time for him is to stay off the internet when he knows that he's in a vital situation. Y'all always wonder why someone didn't take a charge for someone in this situation. Since Jaaybo and Baby Max both went to jail together, I think that they both just didn't say whose gun it was, and they both went to jail. Does that make sense? Even if I'm sure that they have bigger plans, and they were gonna pin it on Jaaybo anyway, so Max probably said the gun was his, and they said, well, we think it's his, so you guys are both gonna go. That's how it happens. This is important. But yeah, y'all, so EBK Jaaybo is back in jail. He cut his ankle monitors off. Yeah, he running around, just crashing out at this point.
Yeah, let's just say it,
was
bro.
never his main focus.
All right, look, I don't want to hear all the Jaaybo glazers in the comment. Bro, what are you talking about? Bro, you're stupid. Look, morons, let's just be honest. This is when we can finally call him a crash out. Look, in my opinion, we could have called him a crash out 2 crash outs ago. But, you know, the glazers on the internet are not going to let that happen. So, what about now? Can we call him a crash out now? He literally took his ankle monitors off and ran across the country after already being on probation and then getting arrested, getting let back out by capital bails bonds. After that, he decides to cut both his ankle monitors off and run across the country and then catch more weapons charges right before going on tour with NBA YoungBoy and signing a multi-million-dollar deal. Can we now call him a crash out without the Glazers attacking us? Yeah, all right. Anyways, that's going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to update y'all on this situation, give y'all this reaction. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think of this situation below, and catch me in the next one. In peace.